What if I told you that a storm is about to hit the Muslim Ummah? And one of the most powerful voices in the Islamic world just confirmed it. Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, has delivered a message so chilling, so urgent, that it echoes like a warning from the pages of the Qur'an. But the question is, are we listening, or are we asleep while the ground shakes beneath our feet? This is not just politics. This is not just war. This is a wake-up call from a man whose words have shaken governments and rallied nations. And if we, the Ummah, ignore it, the cost could be unimaginable. As-salamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to Voice of Sunnah. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button. Your support fuels us to bring you even more valuable content. Trust me, you don't want to miss what we've got in store. If you're not already subscribed, now's the time. Activate the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we drop new videos packed with powerful insights on the Islamic faith. Share this with your loved ones and leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts. Your feedback means a lot to us. Thank you for being here, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Enjoy the video. Ali Khamenei is not just a political figure. He is the supreme leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran, a title that combines both religious authority and political command. As the successor of Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, he has served as the nation's highest authority since 1989, guiding not just the military and judiciary, but also shaping the ideological and spiritual direction of millions. But why should Muslims outside Iran care about what he says? Because Ali Khamenei is not merely speaking to Iranians. He speaks with the weight of a marja, a senior Islamic scholar who issues rulings in the Shia world, and with the reach of a geopolitical influencer whose voice echoes across the Muslim world. From Lebanon to Iraq, from Yemen to Syria, his words shift policies, inspire revolutions, and shake entire governments. Recently, he issued a statement so strong that it stunned even his critics. He warned that the Muslim Ummah is standing on the edge of a massive confrontation, one that may determine the spiritual and political fate of this generation. His tone wasn't soft. It wasn't diplomatic. It was, in his own words, "This is the final hour for those who betray Palestine. History will not forgive, and neither will Allah." These words were not only a political judgment, they were a spiritual indictment. It wasn't just about borders, it was about betrayal, silence, and complicity. In the Quran, Allah repeatedly warns us about the dangers of corrupt leadership and cowardice, and fear a trial which will not strike those who have wronged among you exclusively, and know that Allah is severe in penalty. Surah Al-Anfal 8:25. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, also said, "By Allah, you must enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong, or else Allah will send a punishment upon you. Then you will call upon him, but he will not respond to you." Reported by Abu Dawood. When a leader speaks the truth in times of global deceit, that voice becomes a mirror. It reflects the spiritual state of the Ummah. It calls us to wake up, to reflect, to act. Whether you agree with his politics or not, Ali Khamenei's latest message challenges every Muslim to examine their conscience. So here's the question. Do you think leaders today speak with truth and courage? Or are we asleep while our brothers and sisters bleed? Comment below. Let your voice be heard, because silence too is a choice. It wasn't a speech made behind closed doors. It wasn't whispered in coded language. It was clear, thunderous, and chilling. Ali Khamenei stood before the world and spoke words that pierced deep into the soul of the Ummah. The Zionist regime is temporary. The fake state will disappear from the map. But before that happens, the Muslim Ummah will be tested and many will fail. That one sentence was more than a statement. It was a spiritual wake-up call, a warning of divine consequence. And then he continued, those who normalize with the enemies of Allah have opened the gates of humiliation upon the Ummah. They are not just betraying Palestine, they are betraying Islam. The room was silent, but hearts around the world thundered. For many Muslims, this was the first time a world leader used such raw, uncompromising language. No soft diplomacy, no careful political games. Just truth, unfiltered and unapologetic. His message wasn't only about governments. It was aimed at you and me, at the silent majority, those who scroll past images of bombed homes, those who see orphaned children and feel nothing, those who say, it's not my problem. In the Qur'an, Allah gives us a powerful warning. Indeed, those who disbelieved and averted others from the way of Allah and opposed the messenger after guidance had become clear to them. Never will they harm Allah at all, and He will render their deeds worthless. Surah Muhammad 47:32. Ali Khamenei warned that if we do not rise, Allah will replace us. A nation that abandons its principles and brothers will be replaced. Others will come, stronger, purer, faithful. His words echoed the verse, if you turn away, He will replace you with another people. Then they will not be the likes of you. Surah Muhammad 47:38. This message struck fear into many, but for others, it sparked hope. That maybe, just maybe, the Ummah could still wake up, that unity was not dead, that the fire of faith still burns under the ashes. From Gaza to Nigeria, from Indonesia to France, Muslims shared his speech. Imams quoted him in khutbahs. Youth on the streets raised his words as banners of resistance. For some, it was the push they needed to act. For others, it was the final proof that the hour of decision has arrived. Tell us below, what part of this message hit your heart the most? Your voice may awaken another. Don't let this message stop with you. When Ali Khamenei's message reached the airwaves, it didn't just echo. It ignited sparks in hearts around the world. In the streets of Tehran, a group of university students gathered outside the city's main masjid. Holding signs that quoted his speech, they chanted in unison, if we are silent, we are guilty. If we act, Allah is with us. One of them, a 19-year-old girl named Zahra, said through tears, my brother died in the protests last year. I thought we were alone. But hearing this message, I feel like my brother's blood was not in vain. We're part of something bigger. In Gaza, a father named Youssef held his injured son in his arms while whispering parts of Khamenei's speech over him. He may never walk again, but I told him, you are a soldier of Allah, and this pain makes you a witness against those who remain silent. In Nigeria, Sheikh Musa, an elderly scholar from Zaria, gathered his students in a circle and recited Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 286. Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. He then looked at each of them and said, the burden on the Ummah is heavy, but we were chosen to carry it, and that is not a punishment. It is an honor. In Paris, young Muslim activists projected quotes from Ali Khamenei's speech onto buildings, accompanied by Qur'anic verses. One read, "And cooperate in righteousness and piety, but do not cooperate in sin and aggression." Surah Al-Ma'idah 5:2. The message resonated with young people who had long felt disconnected from the global Ummah. Now they felt seen. Now they felt called. And in Pakistan, during a Friday khutbah, the Imam quoted both Ali Khamenei and the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. The believer is not stung from the same hole twice. Reported by Bukhari and Muslim, he looked at the crowd and said, "O Muslims, how many more betrayals will we accept before we speak? How many more children must die before we act?" Everywhere, the message sparked either awakening or fear, but no one stayed indifferent. And that is why this moment matters. If you don't feel this now, you may be asleep when the test arrives. This isn't just a message from a leader, it's a mirror. Will you look into it? Comment your location and tell us if this message reached your community. Did it awaken hearts or fall on deaf ears? Your response might inspire someone thousands of miles away. Ali Khamenei's chilling message is not new in essence. The Quran is filled with similar warnings from prophets who spoke the truth to nations lost in arrogance, wealth, and apathy. The people of Ad were strong, proud, and technologically advanced. They built palaces in the mountains and mocked the warnings of prophethood. Peace be upon him. He warned them, "Do you build on every elevation a sign, amusing yourselves, and take for yourselves palaces as if you will live eternally?" Surah Ash-Shu'ara 26, 128 to 129. But they laughed, they ignored, and then came the wind, not a normal breeze, but a wind that roared for 8 nights and 7 days, burying a nation that once believed they were invincible. And then there were the people of Thamud, who demanded a sign from Prophet Saleh, peace be upon him. Allah gave them a miracle, a she-camel, but they slaughtered it and challenged Allah himself. The Quran says, "So the earthquake seized them, and they became within their home, corpses fallen prone." Surah Al-Araf 778. Today, do we not see the same arrogance? When leaders betray Palestine and shake hands with oppressors, when we scroll past images of war with dead hearts, when the Ummah turns its back on its own, how different are we from those nations? The Pharaoh, too, was warned repeatedly by Prophet Musa, peace be upon him. And when the signs came, frogs, blood, locusts, famine, he repented, but only in words. His heart remained hard. Until when drowning overtook him, he said, "I believe that there is no deity except that in whom the children of Israel believe." Surah Yunus 10:90. But it was too late. What if Ali Khamenei's warning is the modern version of those ancient prophetic cries? What if his message is one final alarm before the storm, before the collapse, before the punishment? Imagine standing before Allah on the day of judgment and realizing you were warned, but you did nothing. You were more concerned with your feed than your faith, more interested in silence than sacrifice. The Quran is not just a book, it is a mirror, and right now it's reflecting our condition. What if this is your last warning? What if Allah is watching how you respond right now? The people of Ad, Thamud, and Pharaoh were all warned, but warning without action leads only to regret. Which verse of the Quran do you turn to when the world feels like it's crumbling? Share it below. Someone else may need to hear that verse today. Be the reason they turn back to Allah. Ali Khamenei spoke boldly. He pointed to oppression. He named the traitors. He stood for the oppressed. But a deafening question remains. Where are the rest of our leaders? Where are the voices from Cairo, Riyadh, Rabat, Jakarta, and Istanbul? Where are the rulers who once claimed to defend Islam? Why do they remain silent while the bombs fall on Gaza, while the innocent starve in Yemen, while the Ummah bleeds across borders? The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever among you sees evil, let him change it with his hand. If he cannot, then with his tongue, and if he cannot, then with his heart, and that is the weakest of faith." Reported by Muslim. If silence in the face of injustice is the weakest of faith, what does it say about a leader who commands armies, holds wealth, commands millions, yet says nothing? The Quran commands, "O you who have believed, be persistently standing firm in justice, witnesses for Allah, even if it be against yourselves or parents and relatives." Surah An-Nisa 4:135. And yet, the world watches Muslim leaders shake hands with oppressors, sign deals drenched in betrayal, and prioritize power over piety. One prominent scholar from Lebanon, Sheikh Nabil al-Rifa'i, said during a khutbah, "Today's betrayal is not just political, it's spiritual. The silence of leaders is not neutral. It is a form of warfare against the oppressed. If they don't speak, they are not leading. They are obeying the wrong master." Across social media, young Muslims cry out, "Where is our voice? Who represents the Ummah with courage and faith?" This silence is dangerous because silence spreads, and soon the people become silent too. And when a people stop speaking, they stop resisting. And when they stop resisting, they forget who they are. You won't believe what some scholars are saying behind closed doors. Stay with me. The truth will shock you. We cannot afford a fractured Ummah. In unity is strength. In unity is mercy. In unity is survival. Comment. Do you believe we need a united voice before it's too late? Your voice may be small, but united, it becomes unstoppable. This moment we are witnessing, the bloodshed, the betrayal, the silence, the courage, is not new. History repeats itself, especially when the Ummah ignores the cries of truth. Let us travel back to the time of Prophet Nuh, peace be upon him. For 950 years, he warned his people. He pleaded with them. He begged them to return to Allah. But what did they do? They put their fingers in their ears, covered themselves with their garments, persisted, and were arrogant with pride. Surah Nuh 71:7. Until the skies broke open, until the ground flooded, until regret was drowned by divine punishment. Nuh, peace be upon him, built a ship, but his people laughed. Are we laughing today as the flood of injustice rises around us? Then came Prophet Shu'aib, peace be upon him, a man sent to a people who were unjust in trade and wicked in silence. He stood firm and said, "Give full measure and weight, and do not deprive people of their due, and do not commit abuse on the earth, spreading corruption." Surah Ash-Shu'ara 26, 181 to 183. But they mocked him. They threatened to stone him. They dismissed his warning until the punishment fell upon them. And now, fast forward to the most beloved, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. He stood on Mount Safa, calling out to his people, warning them of an approaching fire greater than anything they could imagine. But Quraysh laughed, mocked, and plotted. Even after he shared the truth, they chose power over submission. They denied him, so the punishment of the day of the overwhelming calamity seized them. Surah Al-Haqqa 69:5. Does that sound familiar? A voice rises from the midst of the Ummah today, calling us to awaken, to unite, to resist betrayal. But many scroll past, many laugh, many remain silent. The truth is, every warning before a storm sounds like an exaggeration until it's too late. Ali Khamenei's message may not carry the weight of prophecy, but the parallels are undeniable. A warning is a mercy, but only if you act before it ends. Which prophet's warning do you think reflects today's situation? Let us know in the comments. Your answer might wake someone else up before the storm hits. You've heard the message, you've seen the warnings, you've felt the urgency. But what now? What can you do right now to help awaken the Ummah? The answer is not in waiting for a leader to change, it's in you. Step 1, wake up your heart. Start by reconnecting with Allah, not just with words, but with dua that breaks your soul open. The kind of dua that the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, made in the darkest nights. Beg Allah to remove the numbness from your heart. Step 2, make dua for the oppressed by name. Mention Palestine, Yemen, Sudan, Kashmir, Uyghurs, Gaza, name them, cry for them. Ask Allah to replace their pain with power and justice. Step 3, spread awareness. Don't just like. Share content that carries meaning. Use your platform, no matter how small, to amplify truth. One post, one story, one reminder can change someone's life. Step 4, support the Ummah with your wealth. Give in charity to organizations helping Muslims under attack. Even one meal, even one Qur'an. Your sadaqah may stand for you on the day of judgment when nothing else will. Step 5, unite. Don't divide. Stop arguing over minor issues. Start standing together on major ones. The Qur'an commands, "Indeed, Allah loves those who fight in His cause in a row, as though they are a single structure joined firmly." Surah As-salamu 61:4. Step 6, stay firm in faith. Surah Al-Anfal reminds us, "O you who have believed, when you meet those who disbelieve advancing for battle, do not turn to them your backs." Surah Al-Anfal 8:15. This battle is not only physical, it is spiritual, moral, and ideological. Don't retreat. And if you think time is on your side, remember this. The last hour is not waiting for your approval. Will you wake up before it's too late? Across the globe, Muslims are already moving. In Malaysia, students are launching awareness campaigns. In South Africa, scholars are raising funds for Gaza. In the UK, youth are organizing nightly dua circles. All of them heard the message. All of them responded. Will you? What's one action you'll take today to strengthen the Ummah? Drop it in the comments. You may inspire the next person to act, and together we rise. The message is clear. The warnings have been sounded. From Ali Khamenei's chilling words to the timeless Qur'anic truths, the signs surround us like a gathering storm. This is no ordinary speech, no ordinary conflict, no ordinary moment in history. It is a final wake-up call, a last chance to rise before the tide of fitna and betrayal sweeps over the Ummah. Imagine this, the day of judgment. You stand before Allah, your heart pounding, your deeds laid bare. You remember the words you heard today, the warnings that shook your soul, the stories of suffering you brushed aside, the calls to action you ignored. Why did you remain silent? Why did you turn away when the truth was before you? The regret will be unbearable. The tears will fall, but it will be too late. This is the reality Allah warned us about on the day when every soul will be confronted with all the good it did and all the evil it did. Surah Al-Imran 3:30. And yet, here we are at the crossroads. Ali Khamenei's message is more than politics. It is a divine reminder sent through human lips. This is not a video. This is not entertainment. This is a call from the heavens, delivered through history's instruments, demanding our attention, demanding our faith, demanding our action. Will you wake up before it's too late? Will you be among those who heard, reflected, and changed? Or among those who sleepwalked into darkness? The choice is yours. But know this. This may be the last warning you ever receive. What will you say to Allah when asked why you ignored it? Reflect deeply. Comment below. Share your heart. Your honesty might ignite the courage in another soul. Before we end, I want to leave you with one powerful question. Do you believe this is the beginning of the Ummah's awakening? Or just another warning we'll ignore? Take a moment to reflect deeply, and then comment your honest answer below. Your voice matters, and your words might be the spark that awakens someone else. If this video moved you, please like and share it with your brothers and sisters, because only 1% of Muslims truly understand these signs. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Your support helps us spread this vital message and grow this community of seekers who stand firm on the path of truth. Barakallahu fikum. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Voice of Sunnah and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the powerful reminders coming your way. Together, we can awaken the Ummah, one heart at a time.